Here with the man, the myth, the legend, Jonathan Silverman, and he's gonna go watch.
I got one thing to say. You guys better go watch Geeks and Sports, because we are them.
Absolutely. Check it out. All right. Alamo City Comic Con. This is where we are gonna be, and we're gonna hopefully see a bunch of cool people. And man, I'm so excited. Geeks and Sports here with the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Michael Hall. Yes, sir.
Mitch Alleghi, Captain.
Got Leader right there, Trish Stratus right there. So awesome, awesome. All right, we're following Head from Korn. He just got autographed, or about to get autographed. Just got a picture, so he's on his way. And yeah, here he is. The man.
How are you? Thank you for waiting.
Oh no, thanks, man.
You didn't wait.
No, we.
Yeah, which one do you want? This?
Yeah, that's what he gave us.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
That's fine.
We'll roll with that.
You guys leaving already, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hit like everything and spent way too much money. So, like, dude, I gotta get the hell out of here.
I appreciate it, man.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
I didn't want to take your honor away. You're just another toy to me, discarded prey. And I didn't want to hear you crying today.
Alright guys, gonna show you a couple things that I picked up at the Alamo City Comic Con. First one is going to be, actually was put here by my beautiful assistant, and she will be helping me today. But anyway, so the first one is Andrew McCarthy, and I'm sure everybody knows him from a ton of things. This movie right here. Not to mention, he was also in Weekend at Bernie's and a ton of other classic 80s movies. And he was an okay guy. I won't say he was the nicest guy, but he was he was pretty cool. And the next one I picked up, and he gave a little shout out to Geeks and Sports, was Mr. Jonathan Silverman. And actually, I've got to say that by far, Jonathan was the nicest. I repeat, the nicest guy that I met there. I mean, we probably cut it up for a good 10 minutes, talking about everything from sports to geeky things, and he was kind of digging my glasses, and he was just a cool guy. He was really, really down to earth, and we made a joke that Andrew wasn't the star of the movie, Weekend at Bernie's, that he was, and yeah, man, he was just he was a good guy. He actually asked if he could do the little shout out for my channel. He also gave me this over here. He actually plays for the LA Dodgers on their, I guess, fan team or celeb fan team, something like that. But it's his official baseball card. So he gave that to me, and he autographed that as well. And I mean, I can't say enough good things about this guy. I mean, he was awesome, man. He was just a great guy. Alright guys, next up, No Mercy, Johnny from the Karate Kid. This guy was cool, man. I mean, he when we met him, he was super nice. And I remember at one point he called me Justin, and then he corrected himself and he was like, Jeremy, sorry. He's like, man, there's so many people I'm meeting today. You know, I'm trying to get all the names straight. And I was like, good God, he probably met, I don't know, maybe 300, 400, 500, maybe even more people. So, I mean, I don't know, maybe not that many. But either way, he met quite a bit of people. So, I mean, there was no sweating, you know, that he mistook my name. But he remembered right away and came back, and we actually talked for a little bit, and he was a cool guy. I told him that him and none of the other guys, Ralph Macchio, none of the other guys actually aged, and he actually made a joke, and he said, I asked him what was the water that they had on set, because even Mr. Sensei himself was there, and he looked about darn near the same age that he does now. I mean that he did then. And he said they all took the Ralph Macchio juice because, as everybody knows, I made a joke. I said that Ralph was probably like 40 years old, 47 years old when he did the Karate Kid movie, the first one. But yeah, it was pretty funny. He was a really nice guy, and yeah, I had a good time meeting him. All right, guys, next up is this guy. You probably know him from Comic Book Men. He's got his own show along with Ming Chen and a couple other guys that are over at the Stash in New Jersey. It's Kevin Smith's comic book store. I gotta say, guys, without a doubt, this guy was probably the biggest piece of trash. And I say that because, yeah, just completely unprofessional. I mean, we took a picture. Ming Chen was awesome. You know, just nice guy, really nice guy, and you know, almost about as nice as you see him on the show. But this guy right here, man, he actually, my wife was on the other side taking a picture with him, and come to find out that while I was on the other side talking to Ming, he was trying to flirt with her. So, you know, some guys out there might be like, oh, that's no big deal, but to me, you know, he's a freaking 50-year-old, you know, piece of crap. So honestly, I'll probably just tear this one up and throw it in the trash or wipe my ass with it, one of the two. But either way. Yeah, hope this guy isn't married, because if so, somebody should let his wife know that he's a piece of trash. Alright, next. Alright, guys, and here's Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson was pretty cool, man. He's a real sarcastic kind of guy on the show. Makes fun of Ming a lot. This guy was he was good, man. He actually same kind of guy. He kind of made fun of the camera guy. We gave the camera to one of the guys to take a picture, and he laughed at him because another gentleman took that camera away from him because he could take pictures better, according to him. And we found it funny because he wasn't able to take a picture, and he had to actually borrow a cell phone to take it because he couldn't use our camera. He couldn't figure it out. And Brian actually made fun of him and said, wow, look at this guy. He takes the camera away from the other guy because he knows how to take great pictures, and he doesn't even know how to work the damn camera. So he was very, very sarcastic, just like he is on the show. Extremely funny, and yeah, it's yeah. Anyway, Brian Johnson, he was a nice guy. All right, guys. So Ming Chen. Now this guy by far out of the three was the nicest. I mean, we were talking there for a second. He said, "Hey, you like the Cubs?" I had a Cubs hat on. I said, yeah, Cubs fan in Texas. Sometimes that doesn't go over too well. I was like, but you should be used to getting made fun of as well. Because he usually, if anybody watches the show Comic Book Men, kind of knows that people or the other guys pick on him a lot. So he said, yeah, I can definitely relate as far as getting picked on for his whatever. I mean, these guys make fun of him for everything. But he was a really cool guy. He actually wanted to do a shout out to Geeks and Sports, which he did do. It'll be in, I don't know if it'll be in this clip. It might be in another ones. I'll probably use it for one of my intros. But he was a super nice guy. Really, really cool. Really funny. Tried to make conversation with me like 4 or 5 times. So yeah, by far out of the three that were there, he was definitely the nicest, which I kind of figured he would be, and definitely one of those that lived up to expectation. But there's Ming, man. Woo! Alright, guys, if anybody out there is a Korn fan, which I'm sure there's quite a few that are, this guy right here, Head from Korn. Hey, wrist strap making an appearance. Anyway, he was awesome, man. I've got to give it up. We actually went up to him, and I was like, you know, he was walking in. I was like, hey, what's up? And he's like, hey. And we made eye contact, looked at him for a second. And I was like, Head? And he was like, yeah, man. And I was like, can I get a picture? And he was like, yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, you know, business manager steps in and is like, oh, no, we got a booth set up. You can, you know, this and this and this. So, of course, we had to shell out a few bucks. But, you know, it's really funny because as we paid, he's like, he literally said in front of, whether it was his manager or whoever it was, he said, if you guys would have caught me outside, you know, without this guy, basically, you know, I would have done it for free. He goes, I don't charge for an autograph or for a picture. So anyway, we go back to his booth, and he apologizes again, and talks to us for a few seconds, and just really, really nice guy. I mean, you think, Korn, you know, the kind of band he's in and the people he sees and the following they have, that maybe he would be a little more hardcore or whatever. But nah, man, he was super cool, super nice guy, and yeah, he was probably one of the nicest ones there. So yeah, it's Head from Korn. All right, guys, and the final one that we got, I know everybody knows him if you grew up in the 80s or even if you didn't. I mean, who doesn't know Anthony Michael Hall? I mean, you know, from Weird Science to The Breakfast Club and countless other 80s movies and even stuff that he made in the 2000s, 90s. The guy's a legend. The guy's been in so many freaking movies, so many cult classic movies. And I got to say, he was really, really nice. I mean, when we met him, he was, you know, it's funny that same kid that you saw on the big screen in National Lampoon with Chevy Chase. I mean, he still comes out. He still comes out. You know, he gave me a smile at one point when I said the man, the myth, the legend, and that smile, just, it's the same one that you saw on TV. By far, this guy was, I say by far, I've said that about 3 of them already, but I would say between Jonathan Silverman, he was probably the nicest. This guy and Head were probably the next two. I mean, he gave you the old presidential handshake when you shook his hand. He wanted to make sure that the picture was good after you actually took it with him. And I mean, he was a class act. I mean, a real class act, a real nice guy. And he seems very, very humble and very blessed for, you know, the movies that he was able to do and the fans that he has and the achievements that he's had through his career. So you can't really expect anything more than, you know, somebody who's made millions of dollars and made a lot of us happy, that they actually live up to expectation. And it's actually somebody that, you know, that you can say, hey, you know, I met that guy, and when I met him, he was as advertised. And yeah, man, he was just really humble. I mean, and like I said, I guess that's what you can expect, you know, or you would hope to expect, that, you know, sometimes you meet these guys that make a ton of money and are famous and they're complete, you know, douches. And this guy was the complete opposite. He was absolutely awesome and didn't take any of his fame for granted. And yeah, can't say enough good things about him. He was really nice. Brief meeting of him, but from what we met, great guy, very gracious, very humble. So Anthony Michael Hall, guys. Bam.
But everything is what it is, and you won't stay in pain for long. No, you are strong. Please, I'm done with the bad disease. You're torn and holy. My mind is swimming